back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone for liking, watching, and sharing my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's a link tree down below. Has the links to all of my social media down there. Please follow me across all my social media platforms. Talk to me, I talk back. Also has a link to all my YouTube pages as well. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. I will also be live streaming Friday. Live streaming Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll be doing a live radio show. We'll be talking all things Jets. We'll continue our position evaluations. We'll be talking about stuff going on in the NFL as well and how it affects the New York Jets. So please call in. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. So with that said and done and put to the side, boy, I got some breaking news. Listen, I've come here to talk to you folks today about the Philadelphia Eagles trading Carson Wentz to the Indianapolis Colts. Whoa, listen, this just broke. Look, the Eagles have traded Carson Wentz to the Colts for a 2021 third-round pick, okay, and a 2022 second-round pick that could turn into a first-round pick, so it's conditional. So it could turn into a first-round pick. Whoa, listen, you look at this situation with Carson Wentz and the Eagles this year, things just did not go well, okay? They actually ended up, getting rid of Doug Peterson as well at the end of the year. He's, still trying to figure things out. Carson stuff just went awry. Couldn't pull it together. I know he threw something like 2,600 yards. I think he had 15 interceptions this year. This is the first year, I think, since 2016 that he's thrown double-digit interceptions. I mean, it just wasn't his year. But the biggest thing that came out of this year as well for the Eagles was the emergence of Jalen Hurts. That kid stepped up and looked really good in the games that he played, and it made them go, Carson's not playing well right now. We gave him a monster contract. We also know, he's got a little bit of quite a bit of an injury history as well. This kid looks like he's stepping up. It just doesn't seem like Carson has it anymore. It makes it kind of easy for us to move on from Carson now that we're seeing this Hurts kid really step up and shine. And I mean, he looked really good in some starts that they gave him. So you look at the situation, they put Carson on the market, they got rid of Doug Peterson, and they have been shopping Carson for quite some time now, all right? We also know that Carson wasn't necessarily happy as well within the situation. He kind of hinted, back and forth about, not being comfortable in this situation, especially not knowing whether he'd be the starter off the bat next year or not. And so, again, the Eagles were trying to shop him, move him. There was a lot of talk about him going to the Bears. Supposedly that deal was in the works, and it just kind of never came to fruition. They were never able to, finally ink it and get the deal done there. And then the Colts came into play and started hearing things about the Colts, rumors about them wanting him, rumors about them being extremely interested in Wentz and going after him, and boom, the Colts get the deal done. Now listen, you look at this situation that Carson is walking into with the Colts. I'm just going to start with their roster. This is a team that has a lot of great players on it. A lot of really solid players in this league. And this Colts defense is pretty solid. Pretty solid. They can get the job done. But the offense that Carson Wentz is walking to is pretty good too. They've got some weapons there. I believe T.Y. Hilton is going to be a free agent this year, but I'm pretty sure they'll be able to sign him and bring him back, get him for a solid deal. But outside of that, dude, they've got some weapons there. Ali Cox, they've got Pascal, who's I think is a guy that's probably gonna return as well. They've got some guys out there that can really play ball offensively. That offensive line is pretty solid too. Quentin Nelson's on that offensive line, who's a monster in this league. The running back situation there, I think, is pretty solid. With Marlon Mack, he missed some time this year, but he'll be back next year. When he's 100%, he's one of the better backs in the league. That guy can do it all: catch the football, run the football. He can do everything. So Carson Wentz is stepping into a situation where he can flourish. But the biggest thing about this whole situation with Carson as well, going to the Colts, is the coaching that he's going to be able to receive. Frank Reich is there. Oh, Riverboat Reich. And let me tell you something. Him and Carson Wentz have a history, okay? It was from 2016 to 2017, I believe. Frank Reich was the Eagles' offensive coordinator at that time. And when he was there, him and Carson Wentz, they were clicking. Carson Wentz had one of the highest total QBRs in the league under Reich as an OC that year. I think it was like 78.5%. He also threw 33 touchdowns, which was an Eagles franchise record. So, like, they have that history. So I think that was a big part of them, going after Carson Wentz, because Frank knows Carson, and I think he's going to be able to get the best out of him. Not just that, that was one of the reasons why they also went and got Phillip Rivers as well. And Frank was able, to get some good things out of Phillip Rivers before Phillip retired. So I think that this is the right move, for the Colts to go after and get a guy that Frank believes that he can continue to work with and get the best out of him, like he was able to get with the Eagles. And, the Eagles get compensation back, and Carson gets to move on and go to a team where I really believe that he can succeed. Now, listen, we're a Jets channel here, okay? And I want to talk about how this affects the New York Jets. You look at this situation, and the first thing that I think is there was a lot of people that looked at the Colts, especially, when we talk about the draft. Jets fans were looking at the Colts and going, hey, that number 2 pick, the Colts are probably going to be interested in it because they need a quarterback. Phillip Rivers is gone. We can get some capital off of them, and we'll be able to utilize them in a scenario to trade down to continue to better our football team, allow them to, go get whoever they want to get at number 2, whoever the guy is, whether they want Zach Wilson or Justin Fields or whatever, allow those guys to go get them while we get capital back and continue to build this football team the way that we need to do. And now you look at that situation, and the door is closed there. The door is closed because they went and got Carson Wentz. I don't think they're going to trade up for a quarterback. So you start to wonder, okay, where exactly are we going to go with this number 2 pick if we decide to trade down? Because, again, you look at the situation. Detroit went and got Goff. Other guys have made moves as well for the quarterback position. So you start to wonder, okay, well, where exactly can we go? Who exactly could be, people that could be part of the trade down scenario now? I think Carolina would still be in play there if they don't get Deshaun Watson. I think they're still in play. Denver could also come into play as well. But you start to really come down that board when you watch, because I believe that Atlanta is going to stick with Matt Ryan. I think that's what they're going to do. So if they do that, then the door at number 4 is closed as well. So you start to just kind of wonder, where exactly do the Jets move to if they decide to move down? The other, domino to start to fall as well when you look at the situation is, I know there's a lot of Jets fans that want to move on from Sam Darnold. I'm not knocking that. If you just, if that's your take, I hear it. I respect it all. But the question starts to be, okay, well, where do you move him now? Because a lot of Jets fans that talked about moving Sam Darnold, one of the first places that they talked about was to the Colts. And now the Colts have, gone and got Carson Wentz. So it's like, okay, well, where do you move him to now? What teams would be interested? What trade scenarios could possibly, come about now? And what kind of value do you get back for him now? Because, again, a lot of those doors have closed. So what happens with Sam Darnold at this point? It's just a lot of interesting stuff. A lot of things that's going to fall from this. But, man, this was a heck of a trade for the Colts. And they went and took care of business and got the job done. They went after their guy. They got their guy. They've got a coach that's extremely familiar with him, that really has had success with him in the past. And the Colts got it done, man. So salute to Colts, salute to Colts fans. But let me tell you something. The Jets, this is going to be interesting to see how the dominoes fall going forward. There's a lot of fallout from this. So please comment down below. Let me know what you folks think about this trade. How do you think it affects the Jets? What do you think it does to the number 2 pick? Again, some people was looking at the Colts as a trade destination. If you were one of those fans, where do you think we go now? What are your thoughts about where we could possibly send Sam Darnold if you want to trade him to a football team? So give me your thoughts about that, folks. Again, comment down below. I love going back and forth with you people. You folks have a good one. Peace.